In this video, custom application based on images will be explained. There are two methods of setting the path for train, class and test, through preprocessing method and OpenConfig file method. OpenConfig file method only available after going through preprocessing method. Starting off by demonstrating the dataset downloaded from this website on hand. Sign Language Dataset. This dataset is having a number of 3,112 samples train data and 26 classes, having approximate 100 train data for each class. Extract the downloaded dataset zip file and rename the train and test folder inside to be train_data and test_data respectively. Inside the train data folder, rename the train data class folder by class label followed by underscore and class description. Repeat the step for 11 classes. It is recommended train data having approximate even number of samples per class, avoiding overfitting and underfitting condition. Considering maximum train data samples of SDK is 1024, and approximate 100 samples per class, the system could afford train data up to 11 classes. The remaining classes is deleted after renaming 11 classes folders. Moving on to test_data, whereby inside the folder consists of subfolders of each class. Hence, random amount of each class is extracted out from subfolders as test samples demonstration. Please make a good practice to have test samples in test_data folder without subfolders. Hence, pre-processing data for SDK is completed and copy both folders to SDK desktop. In desktop, click on Custom Applications folder to Images folder. Please create a folder with application name. Inside this created application folder, train_data and test_data folder are cut and pasted from desktop. Back to SDK, select Custom Recognition. In Application menu, select Images option. Start browsing the directory of train data folder in Application folder. Press Start Pre-processing button and wait for successful message. Repeat the procedures for Test tab to browse for directory of test data in Application folder. In Settings tab, the row size is the maximum as 11 classes covered maximum limit of SDK. The column size has to be the multiples of 64, empty column or attributes will map its value to 0. By default, K-factor is 1 and threshold is the highest limit. Press Batch Classification, and observe the process in Log tab. Due to large 1024 dataset samples, it takes longer time to load. The results progress of each test sample will be printed out one by one in Log tab. Sort array class count printed out as the result of classification in hexadecimal format. After done classification, the results of the classification is printed on Output Results tab. Observe the results of the classification. Classification result is showing the class followed by the train data class folder naming, acting as class description. Change K-factor value and save the config settings under Save As button so that in future, can load the last modified setting. By pressing New File button, all settings and paths will be cleared. Use Open File method to load last modified setting. Run batch classification again and compare the results. The accuracy can be affected by threshold and K-factor value. By modifying these two values, better accuracy can be achieved. By observing the detail output section, 16 nearest classes, positions, distance values and smallest distance for each test sample can be identified. Optimum threshold value can be determined by observing the classification result. If the test sample's classification result is differ from the expected result, then, the threshold can be set to the smallest distance of that test sample. Thanks for watching. We hope to see you in the next video. Bye.